Welcome to another edition of Walton Entertainment. Today we'll have more news, information, and entertainment from your local hometown. Welcome to your community. This is your hometown. This is Walton Entertainment. This is where you can hear from the community and those making a difference. We explore topics, local festivals, arts and entertainment, and local news. For this program and much more, visit us online at yourlocalstream.com. That's yourlocalstream.com.
September the 8th, it's Friday. We're here on the green in Loganville, and as you can hear in the back, the band's really been putting some music out tonight. A lot of people here, so hope you enjoy this. This is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment. Today on Feed the Goats, we're going to try some out-of-date rice checks. Out-of-date rice checks on Feed the Goats, and we're going to see what they do with them. Come here. Hey, Sophie. You want some out-of-date rice checks? Out-of-date rice checks. Beth, quick butt. She wants some rice checks. Yeah. She likes rice checks. Sophie, come over here. Come over. Oh, I bet you look. Okay. Heidi, you want some nice checks? Good for you. We'll just let y'all eat now. Yeah, don't got everybody. And there's the rest of it. Well, I think we've got a winner here. Rice checks. Out of date. Goats love it. This is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment on Feed the Goats.
Good morning. I'm Tisha McCrae with the Walton Youth Project and the Partnership for Families, Children, and Youth. And I'm joined today by Alexis Burton with Hope Springs Counseling. Alexis has been working with us for several years, both in our after-school program, our in-school program, and our out-of-school events here at the Board of Ed Annex, mainly in the area of mental health. Today, actually, Alexis and I are going over to Social Circle High School, and we're going to be working for Suicide Prevention Month there. And I wanted to let Alexis just have a few minutes to give us some of the signs for suicide prevention, if we might know someone, even if we don't recognize that in ourselves. Do you want to start with that? And
Sure.
Then we can talk about Social Circle?
Absolutely. Some of the common signs found for suicide risk would be obviously if somebody's talking about suicide, comments in passing. Another thing to look for is hopelessness. There's change in behavior. If somebody becomes more introverted or more reclused, that's a sign of possible suicide ideation. There are all kinds of things that we kind of dismiss as maybe being depressed or sad, but we really need to kind of dive into that because there's so many people that are affected by suicide, thousands every year. And if we can just save one person, that's the goal. So yeah,
Right.
We're going to be talking about that at Social Circle High School today from 11 to 1. And we're going to give them great resources, local resources, a suicide hotline number to hand out, just to kind of keep it in the forefront of their brain to look out for, because it's
Right.
common in young adults.
Right, it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's so sad.
And when we talk about the forefront of our brain, Alexis and I have spent a good bit of time discussing how to help kids help each other, but more so even how to help them recognize signs in themselves.
Absolutely.
Our teens in particular take so much responsibility on themselves. They're out there trying to save everyone else. And then, so part of what Alexis's focus is to teach kids resiliency strategies and coping mechanisms so that they can, of course, be aware of their friends, but also be aware of what's going on. Yeah,
Yes.
self-aware is
Yeah.
really important. And we've spent some time working on strategies for kids with that.
Yeah. So if you know anybody or you suspect somebody might be having suicide ideation or, suicidal thoughts, please reach out. Tish will provide her phone number. You can call Hope Springs Counseling. There's plenty of local resources to help with that.
Yeah, in addition to the national hotline, which allows, I didn't realize until you and I started doing research for this, I thought it was a call center, but they have a text option as well.
They do.
Yeah,
They
they're
do.
at 988.
Yeah, so if you don't feel comfortable speaking on the phone, text them. There's 24/7, there's somebody there to talk.
Right. Very good. Well, hopefully we'll see some of you guys out at Social Circle, and we are available to schedule at other schools, organizations, churches, clubs. Sometimes even sports teams have a lot of self-care needs regarding this and around suicide. So just reach out to me, 770-207-3174. We're also on Instagram at Walton Youth Project. Thank you. Thanks, Alexis.
Thanks.
If you haven't been up by the old courthouse, the flowers and all are in just full bloom right now, and it's just a beautiful place. So if you don't have anything else to do but sit and look, come to the courthouse downtown Monroe. It's beautiful.
Hey Walton County, it's Patrice Broughton, your public information officer here with another county update. We will start with the meeting agenda from the September 12th meeting. It wasn't a long meeting, so it will not be a long update, but we want to start with a congratulations to the Walton County 4-H BB team for placing at state. They also had several individuals to best their own records and also place at state. So we want to give a congratulations to them and all of their hard work, to the students, the coaches, and the parents as well. We had a presentation by Dee Dee Harris. She was speaking about the Mental Health Task Force. If you want to learn more about that, you could give Dee Dee Harris a call at Walton Wellness. But the task force, we're excited about it because it will help the local law enforcement and the first responders think of alternative ways of dealing with mental health in the community, and instead of incarceration being the first choice. So we're really excited about that and that partnership with local law enforcement, first responders, and the Advantage Behavioral Health Systems as well. So be looking for more of that information to come. We had all of the commissioners present for this meeting, and we started with the Planning Commission recommendations. We had an approval of a land use change from Village Center to Highway Corridor and a rezone of 2.79 acres from B2 to B3. And the Board of Commissioners went with the recommendation of the Planning Commission and approved it with conditions. We had an approval of a land use change from Village Center to Highway Corridor and a rezone of 0.3 of each driveway to allow access for a property located on Highway 20, and it was approved. We had a couple of resolutions that were adopted, one being a project length budget for road resurfacing projects with SPOS funds, and we also had a few budget amendments. We had a rejection of a bid for Sentinel Hill Church Road line replacement because it was over budget. And the Walton County Board of Commissioners reinstated the vacation buyback program for employees. We had some appointments to the Walton County Hospital Authority, and they reappointed Angela Yarman and appointed Alan Duvall and Dr. Richard Jacob. We approved an EMS ambulance that was surplus, and we donated it to Fish. And we also approved a final asphalt topping for a few subdivisions that needed some asphalt added. We did not hold an executive session for the meeting. Again, it was a short meeting. It was very straightforward. Anything you want from the meeting, you can find it under the Agendas and Meetings tab for the Walton County Board of Commissioners on the website. I do want to announce that the Good Hope Convenience Center for Recycling is open for business, and they have resumed their regular business schedule. So if you need any information on that, you can find that on the Walton County website as well under the Public Works Convenience Center tab. Again, we hope everyone is staying safe. We hope you're all looking forward to some cooler fall weather, and I don't think I'll get in trouble for cheering on the Bulldogs. So everybody that's a Bulldog fan, we want to say go Dogs, and we hope to continue on this winning streak. We hope everybody's staying safe, and as always, if you need anything, please give us a call at the Board of Commissioners at 770-267-1301. Thank you.
I call them the peace out generation, which, by the way, my college freshmen told me, they're like, Dr. Furman, that's like so not cool anymore. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like drop the mic? Like what? And they're like, just don't do anything. Like just say peace out. I like doing that. They're the peace out generation, because if they're not happy, they're out. If they're not happy at work, they're quitting, and they don't even give you 2 weeks notice. If they don't like you, they're breaking up with you, and they don't even tell you. Because what's that called, y'all? They're going to totally ghost you. Gen X isn't happy. They go home. They bitch about it. They write like 6 resignation letters to themselves. They get up the next morning, put their pants back on, and they go to work, right? Not them. They're not happy. They're out. And that is why a lot of them are resigning during this great resignation. Because if they don't feel like you care about them, they're out. And this is where the big disconnect is. The way that they want to be cared about is different than how you think they want to be cared about. Okay? So let's take a look at them here real quick. Let's talk about what they lived through growing up so you understand their lens. My yellows, how old were you when 9/11 happened? Whoever said 18, you're probably more of a cusper and you're demonstrating more Gen X tendencies. The rest of you who are like 15 and younger, so I heard 7, 8, 11, okay? How old were you when Columbine happened? That was 98. 8, 6, okay? I have my cusper over here. What were you told was going to happen on December 31st, 1999? Okay, so I want you all to think about this. This generation, as young children, had a terrorist attack on U.S. soil that we were told was never going to happen again since Pearl Harbor. They suddenly had these mass school shootings. You were told that the end of the world was going to happen on New Year's Eve. You had Al Gore telling you that the hole in the ozone layer was so big that you were going to have to wear sunblock and sunglasses every single time you went outside. You saw your parents who were solely committed and loyal to that one organization. They let them go. They lost their job, they lost their pension, and they're having to work longer. I want you all to think about this. And so their boomer parents became helicopter parents, and they hovered because life was scary. Can you blame them? Look what they lived through as children. They were old enough to know that scary things were going on, but they weren't emotionally mature enough to process it. And because of that, they are not aspiring for career success. They're not aspiring for job security. Oh, heck no. They aspire for freedom and flexibility because they're living for today because they don't know where tomorrow is going to look like. And that's where you have the big clash between Gen X and millennials, okay? So their communication preference is text or social media. I thought they were going to grow more thumbs because they text away. And their decision-making authority is they want decision-making input. That was important to them. So all of us are in these meetings, and they're standing outside the door going, ooh, can I get in that meeting? And we're all like, really? And they're like, well, yeah, because I can make better decisions than all of you in that room. And it's because growing up, they were given decision-making authority. K through 12 gave them options. Do you want this or you want this? I even think about vacations, okay? My mom said to me, get your ass in the back of the station wagon. Do y'all remember station wagons riding backwards? I was like car sick all the time. And we get in the car and she says, we're going on vacation. So I'm like, okay, Ma, where are we going on vacation? And she's like, we'll figure it out when you get there. And we go like 2 towns over. And I'm like, Ma, I thought we were on vacation. And she says, we're not home, are we? If we're not home, we're on vacation. Fast forward, boomers texting their kids, family meeting, 6 o'clock dining room. So you all get together. Yeah, how many of you have family meetings? Yeah, you know you have them. And they're like, honey, where would you like to go on vacation this year? Should we go to the beach? Should we go to Disney World? Or I even think about breakfast, y'all. So my mom said to me on her way out to work, there's cereal in the cupboard, help yourself, where the millennials are coming into the kitchen and mom and dad are like, honey, what would you like for breakfast? And I saw it. I saw it with my sister, who's a millennial. They're like, would you like cereal or toast or pancakes? And I'm like, pancakes? I had pancakes on Christmas morning, if I was lucky, right? So they had choices. So now they're showing up to your workplaces wanting choices, and you want to know what Gen X is doing to them? Y'all ready? Y'all familiar with the Heisman? They're like, eh. And they're like, oh, but I have this really good idea. Eh. Well, why can't we do this? Eh. And they're like, eh. How many letters do you have after your name? Eh. How long have you been with this organization? Eh. What's your student loan debt ratio that I'm still paying off, right? And when Gen X does this, they do this. And that's why when organizations hire me and give me this money and say, come in and fix our damn millennials, I say to them, you know what? Okay, I'm going to come, but I end up spending all of the time working with my Gen X managers. Okay? They are 36% of the workforce, and they're growing exponentially. By 2025, they will be 75% of the global workforce. So you need to get on board or you need to jump ship. Because if you don't, you're going to either sink your ship or they're going to walk you off the plank. Because they are massive disruptors. That's an academic term. They're changing how everything is done. Why do we have a 5-day work week? Why do we work 40 hours a week? Why are there banker hours? Why do I have to dress professionally? Why? And if because you say, because I said so, or that's the way we've always done it, they're out. They're massive disruptors, and you got to be worried about that piece out. Okay? So let's quickly go through Gen Z. I call them the meh generation, M-E-H-H. They're really not fazed by anything. They grew up during the Great Recession, like, meh, what's the big deal? They only know a world with terrorism in it, like, meh, what's the big deal? Like, blow yourself up, like, clean it up, like, come on, let's keep going. You know, like, same-sex marriage, what's the big deal? Why do people care, right? They've seen a black president. They've now seen a woman vice president. They only know a world with social media. But here's what's significant. This is going to be the first generation where the Caucasian generation becomes the minority population in America. And they are so dialed into security and stability, and diversity, equity, and inclusion. If you are not being inclusive and seeing people as individuals, they're going to call you out on it, and they're not afraid to do it, okay? Their communication preference, virtual, because they keep reinventing it. They're not texting. What are they doing? It's all videos, yeah. And they yearn for face-to-face attention. Any guesses as to why they yearn for face-to-face attention? Because their Gen X parents are such workaholics, they've neglected them of that face-to-face attention. So you go home and you all think about that tonight, okay? We don't know what their decision-making method is because their Gen X parents are like, I'm the parent, you're the child, you're not making decisions. And we don't know what percentage of the workforce they are because they're just now entering the workforce, which the worst mistake you can make is calling a Gen Z or a millennial, because number one, millennials hate being called millennials. So right now, everybody needs to take that M word out of their vocabulary. It doesn't exist. They hate it, and Gen Z hates it even more. The millennials are 25 to 40-ish, which makes me a little uncomfortable because it's really hard to compare a 28-year-old and a 38-year-old, okay? Here, 24 to 12 are your Gen Zs, and they're very different than millennials. All right, let's move on. What you have to be worried about is they are clashing with Gen Y, the millennials, pretty dramatically because they show up to work on time, they shake hands, they make eye contact, they're dressed professionally. They have a formal signature on their email. Like they email me, Dr. Furman, I apologize for not coming to class next week. I apologize for the inconvenience. And I'm like, you're not inconveniencing me, but okay. But I've already met with my classmates. I'm going to make up what I missed, sincerely, signature. These are my millennials, texted me in the middle of the night. Yo, Mel. When's our next exam? And I'm like, yesterday. Oh, can I make it up? No. Can I get extra credit? No. Next thing I know, mom and dad's calling me. Johnny missed his exam. No, I know. Can he make it up? No. Can he get extra credit? No. Well, I'm calling the dean. I am the dean. Like, no. So very, very different. Okay, so let's keep moving. What we're worried about with this generation is that they are forced to behave like adults as children. We, Gen Z, we have them doing budgeting in middle school. We have them picking careers in middle school. Picking a career is a very adult decision. So we're expecting them to behave like adults as children, not healthy, by the way. And we're curious that when they actually get out into the workforce, can they really do this thing called adulting? I don't have time to give examples and go into it, but if you want to know more, you can reach out to me and I can give you some more information about that. Okay, so many of your Gen Xers are experiencing burnout, and they are very comfortable with doing things their way. So if, my young folks, you show up and you get this in your face, don't just turn around and quit and peace out. Be patient, build a relationship with them, because they can answer your why. They just don't have time. I don't have time to explain to them why we do what we do. So find when they have more time and they can explain it to you. Okay? Do you all know what this is? That's a high-end typewriter. Boomers may be feeling a little obsolete, and they're not going anywhere. So reinvent them. Give them opportunities to reinvent and recharge them. And they are awesome mentors for your millennials. They gave birth to them, okay? And so don't just write them off and wait, count the days till they retire. Use them. They have so much expertise to provide you. Don't think that the millennials are trophy kids. I hate when I hear that, because here's what I'm going to say to you. Who is giving them the trophies? Were they giving themselves the trophies? No, their parents were. And here at the end of the day, everybody wants a trophy. Everybody wants to be rewarded across all generations. Everybody wants feedback. And so how many of you have performance reviews? How often are they? Quarterly? Yes.
They're not performers, they're coaching.
You're awesome. He's on it. Y'all need to listen to him. So most people have an annual performance review. That is so dated and obsolete and not engaging your young professionals. Right now, they put something on social media and they instantly get 1,000 pieces of feedback. But yet when they show up in your workplaces, they only get it once a year, and most of the time you like rush through it. Where here, this gentleman said they have quarterly coaching reviews, and that is great, because you're not necessarily reviewing their performance, you're having a conversation with them and helping them grow and develop. But here's what I'm gonna tell you, my young folks. If you're not getting the feedback that you need and want, ask for it, okay? Go to the next one. The younger generations want to make a difference, so think about your impact and bring that impact into focus. Every single one of your organizations, you should be able to drill down to your impact. The youngest generation of Gen Z cares a whole lot about your corporate values or your social responsibility. So if you cannot clearly articulate and demonstrate that you're living the values of your organization, they may not want to come work for you, okay? The younger generations like everything personalized, so my millennials, hold up your phones. I know you have them out within arm's reach. Everybody kind of look around at the phones at your table. Okay, Gen X, hold up your phone and or phones. All right, so what you may notice is the younger folks, all of their phone cases are personalized. Like it's sparkles, it's football, it's something personalized. And then you see Gen X and it's like black, white, whatever came free with the case. And if it's something fancy, it's because your kids or grandkids bought it for you and you felt bad, so you put it on, right? So to this point, the gentleman made up front is the one-size-fits-all consistency that HR loves to preach to y'all. That's obsolete, sorry, HR. It's dated. You now have to think about all of your employees as individuals and get to know them individually, and you need to coach them. And you're not going to coach your quarterback the same way you're going to coach your offensive lineman. Okay? Answer their why, and if it's because I said so or that's the way we've always done it, you need to rethink. The young people expect and demand innovation. So if your organizations are not demonstrating, eating, living, breathing innovation, they're out. Okay, so I'm going to close here, and y'all, here's what's super cool. I can do this in 3 minutes or less because it's not rocket science. It's really very, very simple, which I already said. The first thing you need to do is you need to care. And Gen X is like, do I really need to care, or can I just like pretend like I care? You not only need to care, you need to communicate that you care. And that's where some of you may not be great at communicating that. People want to know that you care about them. And you have to stop thinking of them as millennials or boomers or Gen X or compartmentalizing or giving them whatever label you want to give them. You need to start thinking of them as individuals and understand that every single one of them has a different lens in how they see the world. And you don't have to like their lens. You don't have to agree with their lens, but you have to respect their lens, okay? Because everybody comes from a different upbringing, different background. And so the more that you can learn about yourself and you can learn about others, so if any of you have access to assessments that you can take, and we talked about this in the women's program this morning, you need to learn about who you are, your biases, your blind spots, your strengths, your preferences, your communication styles. And then once you know that, you need to learn that about all of your people. And then you need to adjust and meet somewhere in the middle. Because you don't ever want to assume anything. Because if you assume that someone's older, they don't know how to use technology, or the young people are like IT support, you don't want to do that. You're compartmentalizing. And so to get to know your people, you have to be approachable and available. And again, this is where my older folks are struggling with this. You're so stressed, you're so overworked, you're doing a job of 3 people, you're balancing all this stuff. And so I was like, okay, we need to schedule care time on your calendar. And they're like, really? I said, no, you do. And it has to be daily, self-care and the care of others. And you have to be approachable and available so these young people can learn from you. And focus on the similarities. Think about that exercise we did. Go back to your offices. Music is a great thing to bring people together. So maybe on Fridays, wear your favorite concert t-shirt day, right? Mine's going to be the Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Faith No More concert. My U2 concert, Backstreet Boys? Yeah, sweet. So focus on the similarities, not the differences. Okay, who is this? Okay, you make me feel so much better because my college students are like, Karate Kid? That's the movie with like Will Smith's son. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so real quick, 80s references, name the movie. This is our time. This is our time down here. Don't feed him after midnight. Ludicrous Speed. Spaceballs, yes. Something about, I'll just say Goose. Yeah, okay. I feel like I need to teach a class of nothing but all of the fun 80s movies that my college students have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, this right here is you need to be someone's Mr. Miyagi. Okay? If you take the experience and the work ethic and the resiliency of the older generations and you take them with the ambition and the innovation and the creativity of the younger generation and you put them together, your organizations are freaking amazing. But you have to be Mr. Miyagi, right? Because Daniel's son was like super annoying, right? Like he was like always in his face and he was breaking his bonsai and he was like doing all this stuff. And what did Mr. Miyagi do? He was emotionally mature and he was calm, wax on, wax off, and he helped him be better. Somebody mentored you at some point, so now it's your job to lean in and mentor them. So rather than do this, lean in instead. Okay, so in closing, my last slide here is this whole 45-minute thing you sat through today was a diversity training, because that's what this is. Recognizing and understanding that everybody has something to bring to the table and they all have a different lens, and to stop compartmentalizing. Help them grow professionally and emotionally so they get to that maturity level that you need them to be to bring your organization into the future and to be successful into the future. So that's all I got. Here's my contact information. If you have any questions, Terry does have a handout. We didn't tell you that on the front end. That she's going to email to all of you that has everything that was in my slides, so don't worry if you missed something. And if you have any questions, anything you want, reach out to me. And if you want, you can follow me on LinkedIn. I curate a lot of articles about this topic and my other topics. You know that they come from reliable resources, and I'd love to connect with you on LinkedIn. So thank you for having me. I'm 1 minute over. Not bad.
Hello, I'm Kenny Sargent with Keep Walton Beautiful and the Walton County Recycling Center. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We're super busy here at the center. We've got a lot of events coming up. The next event we have is Saturday, September 23rd. From 10 to 12 here at the Recycling Center. We're going to have a shredding truck here for a document destruction event. It's a great time for any of the old sensitive documents you got at home that you don't want to just put in a recycling bin. You want to make sure they're shredded and no one can get your information. Any old tax documents, anything with your social security number on it, any of those sensitive documents. It's a great opportunity to bring it out here and get that properly taken care of. Again, we'll be out here from 10 to 12. We'll have a shredding truck here. They'll even give out documents of destruction to basically guaranteeing that these documents have been taken care of properly. There's a video camera on the side of the truck where you can actually watch your documents go to basically confetti. It's turned into one of our bigger events. We haven't had one here at the Recycling Center in a couple years. We've been doing them in Loganville and in Social Circle, and we're going to bring it back here and have one here at the center. So come on out and see us. Again, that's Saturday, September 23rd from 10 to noon. If you have any questions, give us a call here, 770-267-1421, and we'll answer any questions you may have about the event. And then moving forward, Saturday, October 21st, we have our annual Rivers Alive event. Right now, we have in the neighborhood of 190 volunteers that'll be out cleaning local waterways or areas adjacent to those waterways on that Saturday. And that one's kind of set in stone. It's a little bit late to take on new volunteers. But if that is something you're interested in, it's one of our biggest cleanup events. Give us a call out here and we can go ahead and get you on the email list for next year's event. We'll start sending out feelers for Rivers Alive about June or July of every year. So give us a call if that's something you're interested in. And again, that's coming up in October. We have also scheduled a paint collection for Saturday, November the 18th, and that one will run from 8 a.m. to noon. We've partnered with Atlanta Paint Disposal again this year for our America Recycles Day event. So we know, you all are always looking forward to that event, and we're happy to keep putting that on for as long as there's paint out there that people are trying to get rid of. We're also starting to dig into trying to set up for a tire amnesty in the spring. I'll keep you updated on that. What we're really looking to do is have a week-long tire amnesty where tires can be brought in from citizens for free for that week. So keep your eyes and ears open for that one. We'll get more information. Tires are one of the biggest problems we see as far as finding them on the side of the road and in creeks and rivers around the county and all of that. So it really is a big deal to offer an opportunity to get rid of those for free. So again, we'll keep you updated on that and let you know more as we go along. One of the other things I wanted to bring up is, as many of you probably know, we are now accepting mattresses here. But we are having to turn away quite a few people that come in with mattresses that are basically torn in half, or box springs where all of the wood, they're just shattered, or their holes burned all the way through the mattress. Those things we will not be able to accept here, and we'll have to turn you around. We can't take them. The company that we take our mattresses to, or that come and pick up the mattresses, they're actually reuse the mattresses. They take the fabric off the mattress itself. They put new fabric around the mattress, and they ship those off to be used. So they can't have mattresses that are tattered and soaking wet and really where the mattress itself is ruined. So just wanted to get that out there, maybe save you the trip. If you have any questions about, whether your mattress would or would not be accepted here, give us a call. Again, our number is 770-267-1421. And like I do every single time I'm on here, if you've never been to our center, don't really know what we're doing, want to start recycling but don't really know how, have some things at home that the company you use won't recycle, but you'd really like to recycle them, give us a call. Find out. Chances are we are recycling that stuff here, and we'd be happy to get you in the right direction on that. So give us a call, come out and see us, let us walk you around and show you what we're all about out here. And until next time, take care.
Hey there, Michelle Patrick here with Walton County 4-H. Behind me we have our extension office. You may or may not have passed this on Criswell Road, but we are officially out here. We moved in January of this past year, and we're all set up now. We have a great facility. Feel free to come by anytime from 8:30 to 4:30, Monday through Friday. In addition to that, we're back into the new school year, and we started our 4-H club meetings this week. We visit about 1,500 fifth graders all over Walton County. and social circle schools. So that's really exciting. Every month we see 1,500 and we take a new interactive lesson each time to teach them things like healthy living. We have STEM activities, we do moon phases, and we really just try to keep them curious about the world and show them that learning really can be fun. So we're excited to be back in the classrooms, and I do have one other piece of news. It's a little bit sad, kind of bittersweet, but also exciting. I have recently accepted a position to move to Guatemala, and I tell you this because my position needs to be filled as Walton County 4-H agent. It will be posted soon. We need someone that's really, really good, that loves kids, that wants to be involved in the community, and that loves 4-H. So please contact our office if you're interested or would like to know more about 4-H programming or about my role as agent. So please give us a call at 770-267-1324. Thank you so much.
Hello, welcome to Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. We have our regional juried show up. This show is here through, make sure I get the date right, October 19th. So you have about, 5 weeks or so to come see this show. Please do come see it. We've got 60 local artists in the show. I think we have around 160 pieces in the show, so it's just a really, really great show. We're having the awards ceremony soon, and so when you come in, you can see the ribbons as they're displayed and what got first, best in show, and then what got first, second, and third in the various categories, and then honorable mentions. So come in. See if you agree with the judge or see if you disagree with the judge, and I think you'll find a lot of inspiration. It's a very beautiful, relaxing thing to do, to come here. Also, a lot of the pieces, I would say most of them, 80% or more, are available for purchase. They do have to stay through the end of the show, but we will mark them as sold, and then you can pick them up on October 20th when the show is over. The show is over on October 19th. So come see this show. It's in the gallery through about the middle of October. We have Dinosaur Day coming up, and I can't even remember all the activities we have going on. Dinosaur Day is a citywide event. A lot of the stores downtown will be participating with special sales and dinosaur-related themed things going on here at the Arts Center, and that's on September 16th, so Saturday, September 16th. Here at the Arts Center, we'll be doing activities, and we're kind of trying to make it into a kids' art day, so but still very much dinosaur-themed. We're going to have a volcano in the front lobby. We're going to have dinosaur tracks going through the gallery with some fun facts on it. And then once kids complete the little dinosaur track, we'll have a prize for them. We're going to have, 3 or 4 at least different crafts going on, from spin art, shrinky dinks, a pottery project, all kinds of things going on that day. And a lot of more kids-centered than our usual soirees, but still things that adults obviously can have a lot of fun with. So please come out and see all the really special. We're kind of trying to pull out the stops on this one. Our volunteers are all over this and all excited about getting kids and families in here to see the show, see the shop, and then also to pick up one of our class lists when you're here. So please come see that. I wanted to show, this is our Paint Party with Jennifer project, and that is on September, 15th, I think. It's the 3rd Friday, yeah. Friday, September 15th. And this is the project. from 7 to 9 p.m. Jennifer's a great teacher. You'll have a lot of fun painting this along with her. It's mostly ladies. We do have the occasional man come in, a husband or boyfriend of somebody, but it's mostly ladies in this class. And you do need to pre-register. So if you go to our website, monroewaltonarts.org, you'll see everything that you need to know about how to register for this. And I think we had over 100 different classes and events going on in September. So lots going on here for kids and adults. So please go to the website, monroewaltonarts.org, and see what we have going on. You can also, of course, come in here, pick up a class list, talk to us. You can register online for a lot of our classes, or come in here and register, or even call us over the phone and we'll get you set up. This one you do need to register by the Thursday before the class so that the teacher has time to prepare the canvases and get everything ready for us. Another new thing we have coming up in September is photography. Gina is back with her fabulous Photography 101 course. It's 4 weeks, and that starts toward the end of September. I think the first class is September 23rd. So lots going on. See the show, visit the shop. 70 to 80 different local makers and artists in our shop, and see what we have going on, and hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jody Johnson. I'm here to do another recreation report, and today I've got a special guest, Danny Thomas, who is not a new employee at the recreation department, but he is taking a new position and a new role, and he's very excited to tell us a little bit about what we're hopefully going to do. Not any particular plans on the exact events, but Danny, it's great to have you. He's going to be a specialist that's going to start doing some leisure special events, you know, and we've got a wide variety of those. And as always, if you have any ideas of some type of program you'd like to see us offer, give us a call. You can look online at waltoncountyga.gov. You'll see Danny's email there as well, and my email, and we'll be sure to see if we can implement that. So Danny, good to have you.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk a little bit about the role. I know it's brand new. It's only been about a week, and Danny had 20 ideas to me within the first week. So let's talk a little bit about some of the programs you'd like to see, and maybe those will come into fruition.
Yes, sir. The goal is to make sure we create opportunities to bring the county of Walton together. Anything, just fun, family, and great times. One of the events I want everybody to look forward to, we have a Halloween trail event. Woo! It's going to be a very scary event. It's going to be October 28th, and I want everybody to come out and show love, support, and have a great time. That's the first event.
And that's coming up pretty soon. We've got about about 6 weeks to get that planned, and we'll have more details of exactly when and where and what times that'll be, and I'm sure it will be great. We're really looking forward to that. Any other type of, some of the programs that we're already offering that we plan on to continue to offer?
Yes, sir. The Fishing Derby. The Fishing Derby is a very traditional event. Everybody from each town, each city, they come out and just have fun. We want to know who can throw the farthest, who can catch the biggest fish, who has the best cast, who's just the best overall fisherman. So if you think you're a great fisherman, that'd be the best time to come out.
Yeah, we have that at Meridian and at Meridian Park in Loganville. We DNR is lucky enough we're lucky enough to get the catfish from DNR. They bring them in. They're about 6-8 inches long. We feed them all year, and then they grow up, and it's a lot of fish to catch out there at Meridian Park. We plan on also implementing the same type program at South Walton Park. We've already stocked the pond. Last year we've kept it closed for the last 6-8 months, so by next year we'll have that one ready to go. By next June, somewhere around Father's Day at the beginning of spring is normally when those events happen. So again, we'll send that out as well to let everybody know what the date and times. It's usually from sun up to like 12 o'clock or something like that. And last year I think we had close to 400 or 500 people come out to Meridian Park. So hopefully we'll be able to split that up and have 2 groups going out at South Walton Park and out at Meridian Park in Loganville. And there is a lot of casting contests and the biggest fish. We also just want people to go out and just have fun, and can't guarantee everybody catches a fish, but just about everybody does.
Yes, sir.
Because we do feed the fish, and we cut it off about a week ahead of time, and they're really hungry.
Yes, sir.
What's another program that we might see on the horizon?
The animal zoo. This is going to be very interesting. The goal is to bring out potbelly pigs, goats, rabbits, snakes, turtles. We want to create some type of event where the kids they can pet the animals. It's a great event for the kids, even the adults. We're going to have a couple cornhole games, a couple food trucks to make sure it's a success. So if you guys can, that's one of the things that's coming up that I really, really think the county of Walton will love.
Yeah, and that's something we'll do out at the Ag Center, and we'll ask the folks to give us a call and let us know what kind of animals that they have as pets. You're not going to see me petting any snakes, but that's fine. Everybody else that wants to pet those things, if they have them, bring them up, and I think that'd be fun. So I'm sure we'll have some horses and maybe a cow, or some farm animals as well. Something that people that maybe that live in the cities don't get a chance to see or to get close up to, and have people tell them how they take care of them, and also I'm sure the animal control and the New Humane Society will probably want to be a part of that.
Yes, sir.
And maybe a great time for them to get some dogs. So we're in the planning phase of all these things, but I think Danny's got a great heart and mind to really implement all of those things. So it's great to have you,
yes,
and looking forward to a lot of good programs that we've got coming up. Hey, our basketball registration is coming up. Don't miss it. We talked about that on the last show. It starts really soon, so make sure you get online and register for our winter basketball program. Last year we had a little over 1,000 kids that participated in our youth basketball, so don't hesitate when you see the registration come up. Really jump on it, because once registration's over, we can't guarantee any spots that we'll have. And then our spring baseball, softball, soccer, and track programs will be registering before you know it. We usually do that right before school lets out for Christmas break, and as we know, we're into mid-September now, and that Christmas break is coming up pretty soon, so look for our spring activities as well, our registration. All of our fall sports are our football season is actually kicking off this Saturday on the 9th of September with the North Georgia Youth Football League, so we'll be having games at the local high schools. I know Loganville Loganville and Monroe are hosting this weekend. So good luck to all of our teams that'll be traveling either to Clark Central or to Oconee County. So we have a lot of teams that do have to do a little bit of traveling, but for the most part we stay fairly local at our Walnut Grove, Loganville, and Monroe high schools. So good luck to all those teams. Our baseball and softball program is about halfway through. We'll end before fall break. So all those programs are going very well this season. Hopefully the weather will stay as good as it is. We really, the rain has kind of subsided and it's working in our favor. Maybe the temperatures will come down and everybody won't get sweaty at all of our games, because boy, it has been hot.
Yes, it has.
And really trying to keep everybody hydrated is very important. So again, thanks Danny for being on the show, and we'll have you on real soon when you get all those dates and times located. We're looking forward to that haunted trail that we'll be having. I think it'll be a lot of fun for everybody to come out. If you'd like to volunteer with us, again, go to our website at waltoncountyga.gov and give us a call. You can volunteer as a coach. I'm sure Danny's going to have a lot of opportunities for you to volunteer on some of his programs as well. And we look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks a lot.
Hey guys, Isaac over at Reboot, giving you a Reboot tech tip. Just want to talk a little bit today about kid safety on the internet, especially nowadays with all kids having the smartphones and the tablets and laptops and all that stuff. It can only take like a click or two for kids to get in trouble, especially if they're not taught rules and stuff like that. It can be very dangerous very quickly. I am not a big Apple person, but one thing I do love about Apple is on their phones and their iPads, they have a program called Screen Time. and you can lock down that phone or that iPad. If you only want them to go to certain websites, you can do that. If you only want them on the internet for a certain amount of time, you can do that. If you don't want them installing all this social media stuff, these crazy apps like Snap and Kick and the dangerous stuff, Twitter, whatever it may be, you can lock that down. So I'm a big supporter of Apple in that way. So if you want to give your kid a phone, an Apple iPhone is a great way to go. If you want to give your kid a tablet, an Apple iPad is a great way to go. If you can't quite figure that stuff out, the Screen Time app, you can always take it to a place and they can help you out, or Apple support can help you out, stuff like that. But I'm big on that. One other thing too I'll say about kids being on computers, it's gotten a little better, I would say, lately with like Google helping out, Microsoft, Bing not so much, but Google has helped lock down a lot of stuff on their browsers, especially like Google Chrome I'm talking about. If you take and turn on the safe search, there's a safe search little toggle thing that you can turn on, and that helps a lot. It can help on regular browsing, but it can also help on like YouTube and stuff like that. It's not 100%, but it can definitely help. One other thing I'll touch on too, so there's apps out there called accountability apps. There's one that I've used for kids called Ever Accountability. It doesn't stop kids from going places, but what it does is it tracks everything. Even these apps on their phones and stuff like that are supposedly erase stuff after they look at it. It keeps track of everything, even stuff that gets erased. So if they're doing something crazy on their phone or their tablet or their computer, that all that stuff can be tracked, and that's a great tool. Again, it's called Ever Accountability. And I'm a big supporter of teaching your kids about the internet and stuff like that, because it can be so dangerous so fast. So, but anyway, stay safe and please keep your kids safe on the internet. Again, Isaac with Reboot, giving you the Reboot Tech Tip.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
To me, the most important thing about being in the human race isn't winning. It's participating, living life to the fullest, emphasis on living. This is what makes life, life. Yet how much of life are we willing to miss out on? Untreated hearing loss affects our mobility. It increases the risk of falls by 50%. Good hearing health is essential to staying engaged and doing what we love. Hear well and stay vital. Get a hearing health check every year.
Extinction is forever. To save America's most iconic and imperiled species from extinction, we must fight for their future. Fight to save the natural lands that wildlife call home. Fight to limit pollution. Fight for smart development. Fight for their future. And fight for ours. For so goes nature, so goes us.
My name's Eddie Metcalf. I enjoy working in my yard. And, I can't do that anymore because I'm missing most of my lung. They did a CAT scan of my kidneys. No more kidney stones, that's the good news, but we found a spot on your lung. That frankly scared the hell out of me. I hadn't smoked in 22 years. How could this happen to me? He said, well, you know about radon gas. Well, I heard about it. He said, well, the second leading cause of cancer in America is radon. 22,000 people a year die from this. I literally left the doctor's office, got a test kit, put it in the house, and our result was 39.8. The upper limit is 4. We got to get this fixed. That was on a Monday, and on Wednesday, our mitigation system was up and running. Well, I think everybody should have their house tested. We'd never known we'd still be living there. I could get another tumor from it. But right now, it's changing my life.